Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Krause. But before we begin, if you guys could please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day.
It's an illegal smash.
It's a 12 to 6 elbow.
You can't do that.
It is illegal, but smash it nonetheless.
You do that to the smash button, and it will have brain hemorrhaging.
It
will have severe brain damage.
Especially the back of the head. You can't do it. That is an
coma.
Execution shot.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to paralyze that smash button for the rest of his days.
Absolutely.
Well, Mason, it is the end of 2021. That bitch is in the rear view.
Cash.
She's gone. Okay, never talk about it. It never happened.
But again, we have to because this is the issue that we run into in this podcast.
Our jobs.
Our jobs, yeah. And there have been so many incredible films that we have yet to see on this podcast.
Yes.
That we're actually going to postpone our award season for 2021 at the end of January.
We have to.
Because we've got to catch up on so many films that dropped. You know?
Yes, we are playing catch up for sure. Because at the end of the year, every production company that wants or thinks their film might be awarded some award is releasing their film in the calendar year 2021 just for 1 week, 1 day or whatever, just so that they can be in the running for an award. So yeah, so it's the push. It's the end of the year push. Happens every year, but every year we do our list and we end up going, oh, but there's 5 films that could have been on our list that we haven't seen yet.
Well, our honorable mentions this year will probably be 15 films.
Yeah.
And then we'll have our top 10. Like, there have been so many incredible movies this year. I cannot wait to talk about them. And this being one of them, one of the many films that dropped during the Christmas weekend, which is our worst weekend for the podcast. Because, like, I'm typically flying to go see my wife's family. We kind of take some
families.
time off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we're right back in the swing of things now, dude.
Absolutely. And we have a lot to do. But, yeah, like you said, this is one I wasn't sure if we were going to get to review because it had a somewhat limited release. It wasn't in a ton of theaters. It had a pretty wide release for being an indie film. But this is Licorice Pizza. Let me get that right. The 9th film from Paul Thomas Anderson, who is a very well-known and well-respected director in the industry. Every film that he makes is usually nominated for something.
And stars Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, yeah, he's been lucky enough to work with. Which, if there's a guy,
on a few occasions.
Yeah, if there's a guy, if you don't know Paul Thomas Anderson, he's done some amazing work. Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood,
Phantom Thread,
which was Daniel Day-Lewis's last film.
Yeah,
pretty nice. I mean, but yeah, he always does films that have. What I love about Paul Thomas Anderson, he does films that introduce a ton of characters throughout the entire film. Mm-hmm. Characters that don't hang around long, but are in it just for enough for you to enjoy, and then are gone and never seen again.
Yeah, but they also add value to the overall story. It doesn't feel like all these characters are just thrown in for one-offs, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's a cameo just for a cameo purpose of being like, hey, let's throw a famous person in there because people like to recognize famous people on the screen.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's always what I love. And this film, I don't know if you've seen Paul Thomas Anderson film, but this film is a little bit lighter. Some of them do heavier themes, but this one's pretty light and pretty funny, too. I laughed quite a bit throughout it.
It was an all-around, very enjoyable film. One of the best films I've seen this year. And, I took old Ken Dog, and he doesn't like any film except a shoot-'em-up action film.
I am shocked you took your dad to go and see this film.
I know. He wasn't. He was like, yeah, I guess I'll go see it.
Because I can't imagine my dad liking this film.
Right. Well, I took him on Christmas Eve. There wasn't anything else to do. So we're like, yeah, let's go. And he said, wow, that was a really good movie.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, it was, wasn't it? He goes, yeah, it was just simple, but a really good story.
Well, something about our family and Licorice Pizza is this takes place in the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta say, and our parents are both similar ages, and they grew up in the 70s. So, and what I've heard from everyone, and just watching it, is this film does an awesome job of making you believe this was shot in the San Fernando Valley or whatever in Southern California in the 70s. Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, I'm impressed that your dad enjoyed it.
I know, as was I. That was the shock of 2021 for me, is having Ken enjoy anything but a shoot 'em up Rambo film.
I know, yeah. If old Sly Stallone's not in the film, your dad's giving it 2 thumbs down.
I need my Bruce Willis, my Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All the guys who can act.
Yeah, Stallone.
Give
Exactly.
me the worst actors in Hollywood and put them in a fucking film together.
Oh, he's a simple man. He likes those muscular action figures.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we got to talk about the cast.
Yes.
Holy hell. And we got to talk about this, but classic Hollywood nepotism.
Oh, no, some nepotism. Are you talking about Hoffman?
Of course.
Of course.
But
Yeah,
let's be honest. He did great in this.
Yes, very good. He's actually a
Cooper
really good actor.
Hoffman, he did amazing. I thought he was...
Outside of that, who stole the show was Alana Haim.
Yeah, of course, from the band Haim, was a famous band, Grammy award-winning band, I think. And her 2 sisters, they're all formed the band Haim, and they play her 2 sisters in the movie as well.
It's pretty awesome.
As well as her dad plays her dad, the old Jewish
that
guy.
I didn't know. That's actually her dad?
Yeah, and I guess he's never acted in anything, and I guess he improv'd. I don't think he had any written lines, is what I said. He improv'd that scene.
Could have fooled me.
That scene where she comes home and he's playing basketball and he goes, "Where the fuck were you?"
Yeah.
First take.
Are you serious?
That's what that guy,
Yeah, dude, it was so funny when, obviously she brings him home and he's like, yeah, I'm an atheist.
Yeah,
And
that was.
dude, you could cut the tension in the room with a
He's
knife.
just looking around.
Like, that was the worst possible thing you could have said at a dinner.
What does your penis look like? Just a normal penis.
Uncircumcised?
And it's the
Or
kid
circumcised?
from what's it? The religious show with on HBO, Gems, Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gems?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
that's right.
He's
Yes,
the
he
kid
is the
from
kid in there. Yep. I knew I recognized him.
Yeah, he plays a child actor in this one. That's what this whole movie is about Cooper Hoffman, who's Gary Valentine, and he's like, they're all based on real actors and producers in Hollywood, and some of them are actually playing just actual people. Like Bradley Cooper is playing John Peters, John Peters.
Barbra Streisand.
Yeah,
Like
craziest
sand.
motherfucker in the world, and maybe my favorite part in this entire film.
Oh, absolutely. And I thought Bradley Cooper knocked it out of the park. He was hilarious for me. Those jokes landed, dude.
I guess a little more behind the scenes facts, but none of the kids knew he was going to be in the film until they saw him running towards him in the full white suit. They had the cameras rolling, and when he ran towards them when they're unloading the truck, that's the first time they knew he was going to be in the film.
That's
so he
hilarious.
starts screaming at him.
Yeah. And you're like, geez.
He's hilarious. I like Tail. I like Tail a little too much.
Too much. And I love
Probably
it, too.
going to get me killed someday.
Bro, the scene in the truck when he's leaning over and it's like the most uncomfortable situation.
That was, the whole thing. So Gary Valentine, Cooper Hoffman, he starts he's just a hustler. He's a 16-year-old kid, but he's just
15 at first.
15 at first, but he's just one of those kids where it's like, from the very start, he's starting businesses. Everything he does is a business opportunity. He's also a child actor, but he runs a business and his mom works for him. Just a super,
Intelligent kid.
Go getter. Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, so they start a waterbed business, and they sell a waterbed to John Peters, who's Barbra Streisand's boyfriend at the time. And he is... I wish I knew more about this era in Hollywood, because clearly some interesting things were going on in this time. I mean, so much drugs and cocaine and everything, and everyone's so crazy. But John Peters, very intense guy, immediately gives him warning. He says, "Do not fuck up my house, or I will kill your entire family."
And your brother and
Is
your
that
sister.
He goes, "Is that your brother?"
Yeah.
He goes,
I'll kill
"Yeah."
him too.
He goes, "I'll kill him." He goes, "I'll burn down your house." So they fuck up his house on purpose.
He wasn't going to put up with that.
It's the scene, though, is when they're all cheering, they're freaking out, and then they see him running down the road.
After they get in the truck, because he's out of gas.
And they had no idea they're going to run into him on the way. And he goes, "Hop in." He just jumps
So
in the
funny.
truck. It's so...
When he doesn't know at that point, obviously, that his house is all fucked up. But they don't know if he knows or not, because he's running up the
No
road.
cell phones. There's no way
No.
he knows. Yeah, so he's freaking out, and they have to take him to the gas station or whatever. And it's in the 70s, it's a gas shortage. But he just runs up to the guy. Remember, he throws the gas in as hard as he can. fill it up. And he takes the lighter out like he's gonna burn the whole.
Blow up the whole place. And then at the time, the kids are like, dude, we gotta get out of here. Go get out, reverse.
Then they go back up, and I know I'm talking too much about this scene, but it's so good. They go back up, smash his car.
Yeah, the windshield.
And then they fucking run out of gas. And
okay, that scene though was so well shot and so well acted because like it was quiet, no music, no nothing.
Yeah,
I could feel the tension.
And
because it's so hard to drive a truck.
If you know about Paul Thomas Anderson's movies, they start off like kind of comedies and funny. Mm-hmm. And then they have like a one scene that turns dark fast. Yep. And it's like, and I was waiting for that scene. And that scene never really comes in this film. But I thought just knowing his work, I'm like, oh, fuck. Are they going to crash and die here or something? Because Alana Haim, like you said, she's so fucking good in this. You can see the fear in her face. Oh,
absolutely.
Especially when they make it and they're all cheering and she's just like.
Still sitting there.
Gripping
the steering wheel.
Yeah. But. That scene continues. They're all like, they have to go get gas or whatever. And then they see John Peters again, Bradley Cooper, and he's picking up a trash can and he's
throwing it through a glass window of a store.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's like a newspaper or something. He's like, newspaper in the goddamn middle of the city. He's like mad for no reason. And then two
tennis players.
And he's so mad. He's freaking out. And they walk past him. He turns around and goes, do you guys like peanut butter sandwiches? It's such a good line.
Just literally any way to open the conversation for him to get some
get in there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Bradley Cooper, man, great in this role.
Absolutely.
I want him to play more coked up bad guys in this because he was fucking awesome in this.
Yeah, you could tell he had a lot of fun with the role, too.
Yeah. They let him go crazy.
Yeah, they did.
And he did good.
Crazy he went.
He went crazy. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot more though in this cast. Sean Penn,
yes,
has a cameo playing another crazy actor, Jack Holden, based on the real actor William Holden. This was another great scene where it's like he's talking, but he's only talking in like movie lines
and like weird like line metaphor-ish type stuff, and you're like,
but maybe he's talking about his real life also. It's
really intertwined. You don't know what he's.
And at one time, Alana Haim goes like, she's like, I don't know what's going on. She's like, are you? Is that movie lines? She's like, I don't know. And
when he was calling her by the character and stuff and doing all that.
No, he called her Nancy.
Yeah,
Nancy Grace. Yeah. She thought, yeah, it was a great character too. And also Tom Waits plays a crazy director. Mm-hmm. That like, man, what a crazy time in the 70s when it's like you can just stop everyone from having dinner. Be like, hey,
let's go out to the golf course.
Shut it down.
Set up a ramp. Put some fire underneath it. Let's see this guy make a jump.
And I love at the end he makes a jump, and then it's like the fire department is rushing in because the whole course is
right. But no one gets arrested, not in trouble, just putting out the fire. That's it.
It's crazy. It's a crazy. I mean, it is though. What I've only heard is that is what the 70s was like. Yeah. This entire movie is 4 kids running around, starting businesses, running those businesses, with no adults at all.
No,
they start like 5 businesses, and not one of them is over the age of 15.
It's crazy time.
A waterbed business.
Super smart kid, was innovative, man. The waterbeds were the shit when they first came out. Everyone had a waterbed.
Oh, I know.
My parents, when I was a little kid, had a waterbed.
Oh, my parents never got a waterbed, but my dad's best friend, I remember going over to his house.
And now he's got back problems.
No one's got a waterbed now. It's horrible for your back.
Terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. No lumbar support.
I gotta be honest though, I did look on Amazon because I was curious after watching this film. They do still sell them, but now I guarantee hardly anyone's got a waterbed these days.
No, and I've always heard horror stories too, like you're jumping in bed with a pin in your pocket or something, and it pops the bed, and
my
you have thousands of dollars of water damage in your house.
Yeah. If you don't get it contained, right away. Yeah, if you're gone or something.
It's a giant sitting water balloon in your house. I mean, it's insane. It's insane that anyone would do it. I mean, unless your house is made of metal or something. I mean,
draining systems in every room.
You're living in a concrete basement or something. Yeah. Still, you wouldn't be fucked. Yeah. But yeah, waterbeds was cool. What was it, Big Ernie's waterbed or something that they...
Oh, no, it was something more... Remember the first name that they had?
It's like Fat Tony's or something. I can't.
No, the first name that they had for it was like Soppy Butt or Soppy Bottoms.
Well, it was Big Ernie's Sloppy Bottoms?
Sloppy Bottoms.
Soggy
yeah.
Bottoms.
Soggy Bottoms. That's what it
Big
was.
Ernie's Soggy Bottoms. And then they just changed that to Big Ernie's Pinball Palace because they had the sign that said Big Ernie still.
Right, hey, it makes sense.
But I liked, there's another cameo in that scene. This is the craziest cameo ever. Remember the guy that sells them the first waterbed? He's like a hippie guy.
Yes.
That is Leonardo DiCaprio's dad. He's
no way.
So Leonardo DiCaprio's dad,
does
I
he
guess.
act?
He's not an actor, but he was big in like the 70s in like the underground art scene in California, so he's pretty well known around everywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
But how weird is that? Looks nothing like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Super
He's
weird,
like
yeah.
4 feet tall, I think. Yeah. But that was the guy who sells him the waterbed and other behind the scenes. But
Wow.
But yeah, I love the writing. The cinematography was.
There was
fucking
another
awesome.
cameo too that I had to bring up. I'm glad I remembered this. Did you see him?
Of course, are you starting with John C. Reilly?
Yes,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Frankenstein or whatever. Yep.
Yeah. No, he's playing the dad from the Munsters.
Or the dad from the Munsters. Whatever. I
he's
don't.
with-
Yeah.
Because that's a teen con or whatever, some crazy thing
Yep.
that they had, like a convention. There's so much more shit for kids to do.
There was, and then like just out of nowhere, this was a really weird twist.
Yeah, that was another thing where I'm like, is this going to turn dark?
Yeah, where he was arrested for murder.
I thought he might have killed someone. We didn't see it.
I know. I
'Cause we
was very
saw-
confused.
Because I don't know if it was an intentional red herring, but throughout you could see that he had like somewhat of kind of an anger problem or whatever.
Yeah.
He destroyed John Peter's house when he threatened his family. Then he went back and destroyed his Ferrari. So I thought maybe off screen he killed the actor, the kid that was going after
Oh shit!
or
Yeah.
something like that. But
Yeah, his girl.
just a complete mix up.
It was. It's a different guy with white pants. And
Yeah,
it was so
a
like
16-year-old. It was just
so simple because they brought the guy out in
Ish-
handcuffs.
yeah.
Is that ain't the fucking
that was
guy.
hilarious. That guy screaming.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, that's not the fucking guy.
Just bring
They
him
just
back
showed you
in.
like 70s police officers.
Oh, for
Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
Couldn't
they
care
uncuff him. Didn't say a word. Just uncuffed him.
That
and
was
the
a good
kid
scene
was
too
sitting
when she
there.
was like,
"Come on." They took the cuffs off.
get
Come
the fuck
on.
out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were like, you're going to Attica.
Yeah, bro. Poor kid. I would have been shit in my pants. Imagine getting arrested and they're like, "Yeah, you murdered someone." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
And the
No,
cop,
I
not only that,
didn't.
but the cop fucking tackles you. He
Well,
grabbed-
slams him up on the car too to arrest him.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
but that was a well shot scene because it came out of they do show you that scene in the trailer, but you don't know what scene's coming at, and that
Right.
cop comes out of nowhere. It doesn't like show cops walking up or anything. The first scene is him just grabbing him. It's a
And just because you saw it in the trailer, like I had assumed that a lot of the movie would take place in there, and this was so very early on that it even knowing that startled me a little bit because I was like, "Whoa, what the hell is going on?"
like, is this gonna turn into him in prison for the rest of his life or something? But just a mix up, man. That's just 70s living. You're a 15-year-old. You get arrested for murder every once in a while.
and then released within an hour.
Catch and release. That's classic.
It's classic.
Cops tell you nothing.
Hopefully, he'll never wear white pants again.
White pants and blue shirts. And the guy was a 16-year-old, the kid was. But he was 15, so so they got him. Yeah. But yeah, there was a lot more for kids to do back then for sure. I mean, they own an awesome pinball business that's like, well, first the waterbed business doubles as like a club. Like a damn sex club at one point. Remember? They're doing it, but they have like an opening. There's a bunch of kids and they're just smoking weed and they're
smoking
dancing
weed,
and they're all fucking on the
making
bed.
out and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you meant a literal sex club. I'm like, man,
Well, I think they were having sex.
they might have been.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's a waterbed guy.
It is a waterbed here. Come in. We're not even going to drop the blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like having sex on the ocean.
It is.
You're not gonna
It
give
is like
that-
a raft. I'm sure that'd be very comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, right. But yeah, it's then they own a pinball business because what I didn't know, pinball was illegal in California for like 50 years.
So weird. They thought of it as some form of gambling,
I guess.
Yeah. Which
You don't win anything from pinball. You don't even win tickets.
no. And it's the same as like playing any other arcade game. It's
purely
such a weird thing.
It's purely a high score thing.
Yeah.
I get it if you're winning tickets from it. Maybe even then it's clearly not gambling, but nothing. You don't get anything from pinball.
I know. It's weird. I don't get it.
But she found that out, or they found that out through another cameo from Benny Safdie of the Safdie brothers, plays the politician Joel Wax.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Wax, but spelled W-A-C-H.
Yeah, which is a real guy, an actual guy who ran for mayor at one point. But yeah, Benny Safdie, man, he directs and he acts. Does it
Pretty
all.
good actor, too.
He is a good actor. He's been in a bunch of different stuff, but doesn't have a picture on Wikipedia page yet.
That's so weird. How do you not have a picture of that guy?
Wasn't the guy not nominated? Then Uncut Gems be nominated for like best screenplay? Or
It absolutely should be.
I think it did. I think it
No,
did.
it got snuffed.
No, it was nominated though, I think.
Oh, yeah, but Adam Sandler was snuffed.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Yeah, but it was nominated. What does the guy got to do? He's got an Oscar nominated film and he can't get a picture.
Can't get a picture. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he acts a lot more than his brother because it's Safdie's brothers, but he does a lot more than he does. But yeah, that was a good scene too, where it's like there's so many. They're almost like individual movies, but that scene, the whole thing of him being like secretly gay or whatever, and that guy following them around, and he came
To the whatever election offices.
the campaign office. Yeah, I thought, what the fuck? Who's that guy gonna be? At first, I thought maybe he's like an assassin or something. He's gonna kill.
Well, it was creepy. It was just weird. He was just sitting out there, and that was I had no idea.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that's what it was for a beard, and that's why they called her over, because they needed a beard for the guy for Wax.
Yeah.
So it didn't appear that he was gay.
Yeah, because that guy was like a
70s.
journalist or private investigator or something. Someone following him to try to get dirt to find out if he's because in the 70s, that comes out. Your campaign career is dead. So, yeah, that was a good scene though. That was another thing where I'm like, is this gonna turn into something so much larger or whatever? And then it's like, it's done.
It's what it almost reminds me of, this film, in a very weird way, is it's obviously a love film or a love story to some capacity. I know that might be controversial to say, but get over it. It is, essentially. But what I thought what it was is also like playing a video game and having your side missions.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this film was for me. I mean, the story all fit and it was really good, but I felt like in so many ways, just organically, it would just kind of veer off the road. And then the politicians, and then you had Bradley Cooper, you had all these like crazy things happen in the midst of these two people, like trying to figure out whether or not they're in love.
Yeah, I thought it was like that. It was also like just clearly a coming of age, a kind of a snapshot of what it's like when you're 15 during the summer or whatever. Yeah. It's like you never know what you're going to do from one day to the next, and especially if you're 15 in the 70s and you're running 3 different businesses, you never know. And not even that, but it's in such a cool, it's in Encino or whatever. It's all Hollywood people or whatever. So it's just a really cool, like, again, snapshot of what growing up in that era, when it's like you're just running into producers and actors and stuff. It's
normal.
Yeah.
You go to a restaurant, you got a big time actor and a director there, and people don't even bat an eye.
It's super cool. So it's just a really cool, I mean, it's a love letter to the time. I don't know where Paul Thomas Anderson grew up, but I'm going to guess it's right around this time and around this era and this location too. But it's a cool little snapshot for sure. And I always think it's cool to look at Hollywood from different eras or whatnot, but it's kind of cool to look at it from an outsider, kind of insider perspective too, because he was an actor, but he had like 9 other things he was doing also. Like acting was not his, it wasn't his main thing for sure, because he was at a time in his life when he was like, he couldn't really be getting child roles anymore. And you got a little snippet of that when he goes into the audition, and he's like for a kid for like a Sears commercial or something, and he's 2 feet taller than everyone.
Well, that was the biggest issue. He's 15, but he's so big.
Yeah.
And that's a huge conundrum, especially for me growing up when I was 15, 16 and going to auditions, is they always told me I looked older. But the issue with that is you had child labor laws on set, so you only work 9.5 hours. So if you're going to try to play an adult as a 15, 16-year-old, they absolutely won't let you because actors that are of age, 18, work for 14 plus hours on a set. So there's just no way they could get it done.
Yeah, you would definitely want to look younger.
Yes,
for sure.
That's
Hollywood,
the biggest thing.
Especially if you're going out for child roles. I mean, because you can go and still.
And they don't have to hire a child.
It's the reverse time where, you can hire an adult and have them on there for 14 hours and still be playing a kid, you know. Yeah. You don't have to follow the rules, and you don't have to have a chaperone on and whatnot.
Chaperone, and then they have to, on set, you have to take out 2 hours of that time to do schoolwork.
Yeah.
So it's like you really don't get much time to shoot at all.
But I liked that scene. Well, it was a crazy, of course, 70s thing that would never happen nowadays. But the mom can't go to New York for the show or whatever.
So Lana chaperones.
So
just take them. We trust you. We met you.
They never met at this point.
You said you were the assistant photographer at the school. Oh yeah, you're good.
You just take pictures, and now you're just hanging out.
Hey.
Okay, cool.
No harm, no foul, I suppose.
But I like that scene when they go and they do. It's like the Merv Griffin show or something like that, and he says the worst joke of all time, and the lady, like the main star of the lady, just
Lucy something, I forget.
She beats the hell out of him. Only in the 70s, baby.
Hey, it's okay.
Every once in a while,
you will never fucking work again. Yeah. She was not happy. Oh, it was something about beavers. Remember?
He's going around asking, like Merv Griffin or whoever it is, going around asking what they're doing, currently working on. And he asked him what he's working, and he said he's been working. I can't remember. He's been working on or working in 3 beavers or something. It's just a stupid like a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Like no one laughs. There's like one guy in the audience. Just like that.
He said he was gonna make a joke for Alana too.
For her, yeah.
It bombed. Know your audience. Know your audience. Yeah. It is not filled with 15-year-olds.
Not a single person laughed. Pretty brutal, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely was.
But
I do want to talk about something. Can you believe we've already been at it for half an hour?
I know.
That fucking flew by. One sad note on this film that I find very disheartening. The budget for this was $40 million, but thus far the box office has only made $7.7 million. And if anything, if you're still listening to this podcast, I highly encourage you guys to go and see this film. It's one of the best films of this year. I know for sure, at least mine, because mine and Cash's lists are different, but for me, this is essentially guaranteed a top 10. This film's very much worth seeing, so go and see it if you have not yet.
Yeah, it's just another very strong showing from Paul Thomas Anderson. And we didn't even talk about, but the cinematography in this film was amazing, was beautiful. It really takes advantage of whatever Sherman Oaks where he lived, or Encino Valley or whatever. Yeah. And yeah, it looked amazing. And the score was amazing. It had a great soundtrack too. It was like a lot of older songs, I feel like 50s or 60s, but yeah, I would definitely recommend going to see it if you can. Like, I've been trying to see this film for a couple of weeks, and it's only being shown in like 2 showtimes during the entire day.
I got very lucky going on Christmas Eve because that was like the first time.
And it was being shown a lot more during that time. But now it's like
there's just so many movies out now, and
it's like a 1 o'clock and like an 8 o'clock. Like it's the worst times for to go and see a movie. But yeah, I would definitely recommend going and seeing it. I really liked it. There was a lot of really big directors that came out with films this year that I liked a lot, like Wes Anderson, Guillermo del Toro. But I think Paul Thomas Anderson is probably the strongest out of all those films from the really good directors so far. Even Spielberg.
I guess West Side Story is pretty good.
It's good. I've seen it.
I've heard.
It's
good.
You
did?
I have seen it, yeah.
Really?
I remember I told you that I didn't know it was about Shakespeare.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, you did see
or it's Romeo and Juliet.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea that it was just Romeo and Juliet until like 3/4 of the film, which I should have known a lot earlier. But
hey, you're
a little
not
mentally slow, you know. But
well, it's Shakespeare. We watch movies. We don't have time to read any more Shakespeare. That was for school.
How many movies have been made from Shakespeare?
Okay, so yeah, good point. Maybe we should study up a little bit more.
We're about to do another one next week.
I know we are.
There's been Shakespeare's been done. Even if you don't know, you've probably seen a movie about Shakespeare that you probably didn't even realize. But yeah, I've seen but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Licorice Pizza. I saw it once we saw the trailer, we reacted. I said, that's going to be really good. And it's pretty much exactly what I expected.
Yeah, go watch our trailer reaction, too, if you guys haven't. See our initial thoughts on it, because that was the first time we saw the trailer. All right, Cash, anything else?
That could be in my top 10.
I know. Could be.
I don't want to tease. Look out for that. But,
that's coming the end of this month. So if you're still listening, make sure to set that on your calendar or whatever the hell you do. All right.
No idea.
Well, that is our review of Licorice Pizza. If you guys like what you've seen here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause. Until next time.
Bye.